How to stay emotionally attractive. Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to stay emotionally attractive. So in order to become emotionally attractive, you need to understand firstly the behaviors that are unattractive. What does emotional unattractiveness look like? So let's go firstly into those. So something emotionally unattractive is of course neediness. I think we all can understand this. If you are too needy, it's going to come across as unattractive to the people that you're dating, to the people that you're in a relationship with, whatever your experience is currently. If you become too needy, you're going to come across unattractive. People tend to not be attractive to neediness, no matter what your sex is, right? If you're a man or a woman or something else, right? If you are with someone who is really, really needy, it becomes annoying very quickly, okay? So another sign of emotional unattractiveness is if you fall in love too easily. And that means you are confessing your love to someone way too soon. Because relationships and getting into a relationship is a natural progression. It's something that happens over a period of weeks and months, not a matter of days or hours, right? But sometimes I come across people, and I used to be one of these people, that I would start getting a crush on someone and then I would send them like a love letter and I would think, and I was trying to be in a relationship straight away as opposed to simply asking someone out on a date. And that was basically my old route to failure, basically, which was going from 0 to 100. So if you're one of those people that goes from 0 to 100, you need to understand that this is a very unattractive trait, and it's probably the reason why you're not having much success with getting the people that you want to date you and to be with you, because you are going from 0 to 100. You need to date and court someone first for a period of a few weeks, and then eventually you two start seeing each other more and more, and you end up in a relationship. So don't fall in love with someone too fast, or at least don't tell them straight away, right? Don't tell them, wait a few months after you've been dating each other. So another trait that's really unattractive emotionally is having no self-control. So if you can't help yourself, like you have to reply like instantly to their messages, or you can't stand it if they only, like if it's been an hour and they haven't replied to you, you need to exercise emotional self-control, especially if this is someone that you've only just started dating, right? They're not going to, message and reply to you straight away most of the time. Like a lot of the time, it's going to be like a few hours in between messages. So if you can't help yourself, if they haven't messaged you in an hour and you feel like you need to send another message, then you need to exercise your emotional self-control, because otherwise you're going to come across unattractive. So another sign that you are emotionally unattractive is if you get butthurt and resentful or angry at someone when they ghost you. Like if someone ghosts you, then who cares, right? It's not to do with you. It's because they can't admit that they don't like you, and they're basically trying to avoid confrontation when someone ghosts you. Like they're saying to you basically by ghosting you, I don't like you enough, but I don't want to, say this to you because I don't like confrontation. So that's the reason why I'm not going to continue talking with you. Or it could be the case of, I'm not really interested in talking to you anymore. I don't really see it going anywhere for, it could be a number of reasons why they think this. But for whatever reason, they can't see it going anywhere. And again, they don't want to avoid they want to avoid the confrontation. So they don't say anything to you, and that's why they ghost you, okay? But if you send a message to them after they've ghosted you, if you keep on sending them messages, if you get angry with them, if you become butthurt about them, if you feel like you need to get validation as to why they've done this to you and you keep on asking them why did you ghost me, this is really emotionally unattractive. And again, you need to exercise this. If someone ghosts you, okay, well, you don't deserve to talk to me anyway, so I'm just not going to speak to you ever again. That's fine. You have to have this kind of take it or leave it attitude. Another thing that's unattractive, if you're validation seeking and you are pity seeking. So something that I see people do, and this is again something that I used to do as well, is I would try to get someone to feel sorry for me, and I thought that if they felt sorry for me, they would want to be with me. I don't know how I made that connection, because obviously that's really, really silly, right? That doesn't work at all. Like if someone pities you, they can never feel attracted to you. No one can feel pity and attraction at the same time, okay? That's impossible. They can't pity you and think you're gorgeous and want to date you at the same time. It's impossible. So you don't want to, post things sad on social media, trying to make them feel sorry for you, because them feeling sorry for you is not going to make them feel more attracted to you. So don't do it. If you're enjoying this video so far, please leave a like on it and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if there's anything you'd like me to discuss in a future video, then please let me know down in the comments, or if you have any tips and advice yourself. Thank you so much. So we can kind of figure out basically what it looks like when you're emotionally unattractive. So what are the traits of someone who is emotionally attractive? So one of them I've already touched on a little bit, which is having this sense of a take it or leave it attitude. Like you're not attached to people straight away, right? Especially if you've only been talking to them online. There's literally no reason why you should be attached to someone you've only just been speaking to over message, right? Because you don't know who this person is. You don't know what their body language is like. You don't know what their vibes are like. So it's actually really inappropriate for you to develop feelings for someone who you've only just been messaging, because you don't know how this person is. You might have more of a clue if you've FaceTimed or Skyped or done a WhatsApp video message. Like if you've done any kind of form of video message, then perhaps then you can have a bit more of a connection with them and you might start liking them a bit more. But if you become attached over someone you've only just been chatting to, that shows emotional weakness and emotional unattractiveness. So anyway, so you gotta have this kind of take it or leave it attitude. Don't become attached to people you speak online. I can understand it a bit more if you've actually dated and if you've actually been intimate with them, you've met them physically, you might become a little bit more attached to them. But still, even then, you still need to have more of a take it or leave it attitude. You can't be emotionally attached to someone too strongly when you're just dating each other. You become emotionally more attached when you actually start spending more time together, when you're spending the weekends together, or perhaps even a day during the week when you can start to see that relationship forming. So you become more attached, usually around that time. But when you've only just started dating someone, you need to remain emotionally unattached. You need to have this take it or leave it attitude. Like, it's great basically if they do want to hang out with you, but if one day they ghost you or they say they're no longer interested anymore, you have to still be the same kind of person. You still need to be like, okay, well, that's fine. If you don't want to be with me, that's cool. I only want to hang out with people that want to hang out with me. I only want to date people that are romantically interested in me. If you're not romantically interested in me, that's cool. Each to their own. That's kind of the attitude that you need to have, and that is really attractive, not being that attached. And usually if you have that kind of attitude when someone breaks things off with you, says they're no longer interested, and stuff like that, that actually leaves them in a position where they're kind of confused and they may actually even change their mind about you. So it's really important that you have that take it or leave it attitude where you're the same person no matter what happens. You're happy if they're in your life and you're happy if they're not. So obviously another one is having that self-control, giving people basically time to respond to you, because it might be the case you might message someone on like a dating app or something and it may take them a couple of days to reply to you. Or it could be someone that you have dated, you might send them a message and it may take them a couple of days to reply to you. You need to have that emotional self-control. So you have to treat texting and stuff and messaging and leaving voicemails and emails and things like that as like if you're kicking a football to someone, right? So you kick the football to someone and then you wait for them to kick it back to you. In soccer, if you're from America, that's that. So you kick the ball to them and then they kick the ball to you. You can't just keep on kicking balls at them, right? Hoping that they're going to kick it back. You have to wait for them to kick it back. Otherwise, it's not a game. You're just kind of playing with yourself, basically. That's essentially what that means. So you need to give them time to respond to you. Have that emotional self-control. So another way to appear more emotionally attractive is to actually have more inner peace in your life. So if you're at peace with your circumstances, if you're at peace with the trajectory of your life. Now, it might be the case that you're not particularly happy with where you are currently, but that doesn't mean that you won't be in the future, okay? You could still be working towards those things. Usually what gives me the most peace of mind throughout my days is if I've done basically everything I basically can do for that day. That's what gives me the most peace of mind. The days I don't have peace of mind is when I've procrastinated or whether I've, just wasted time doing something that didn't really matter that much. If I'm focusing on things and doing things during my day that mean a lot to me, that are important, that is putting me on the path of where I want to go, that is when I feel at most peace with myself. So that's kind of like the life that you need to be living. You need to be living your life in such a way that you have peace of mind at the end of the day. If you don't have peace of mind and you're thinking about, oh, I shouldn't have procrastinated on that, why did I waste my time doing this? So, if you have all this kind of like bad talk with yourself at the end of the day, you know that for whatever reason, you've done things during the day that you're not happy with. So you kind of need to come to terms with that and start living a life that at the end of the day, you feel happy about, you feel proud of. And if you feel happy and proud of the way that you're conducting yourself every single day, then you will have peace of mind. And because you will have peace of mind, you'll be more relaxed. And if you're more relaxed, you'll be more in control of yourself and you'll appear more emotionally attractive. So another thing that you need to do to appear more emotionally attractive is to respect yourself and your boundaries. And one of the best things that you need to do, one of the first things that can help you on your way to that, which is really, really powerful, is not sticking around in situations where you're not wanted, right? So if you are dating someone and they no longer show interest in you, then, go and find someone else. Go find someone else to date, because you shouldn't be sticking around places where you're not valued and wanted, because what does that say about you? If you stay around people and you're trying to be in people's lives who don't want you in their lives, that shows to me that you're someone that doesn't value themselves very much, right? And the reason why is because you're sticking around people who don't value you, right? We kind of get what we kind of get in life what we are on the inside. So if you don't respect yourself, you're more likely to be around people that don't respect you. If you don't value yourself, then you're more likely to be around people who don't value you. So one of the first ways you can do that is only by spending your time with people that value and respect you and who you value and respect in return. And then when people come into your life that don't value and respect you, you can easily turn your back on them and not want to be around them. And that is emotionally attractive. I highly recommend that you go and watch this video on how to look more attractive on social media. So basically what we're talking about here when it comes to being emotionally attractive is confidence, this inner confidence in yourself. So this means being sure of yourself and not unsure. Now, obviously, there are a lot of definitions of, confidence and stuff like that, but this is one of my favorites. And that is simply, in your life, be bold, be brave, be courageous in what you do. Because again, later on, if you make a mistake, you can always correct it. You can always apologize. You can always do something different, right? But don't be unsure of yourself before then. Be bold first and then course correct, right? Don't be unsure, right? Be bold, be brave. If you find someone attractive, ask them out. If you feel like someone isn't valuing you in your life, then you walk away from them. You need to be bold first. And that was my video on how to stay emotionally attractive. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts about the video you just watched, then please leave it down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. And if you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.